All right, we call the October 5th regular meeting of the Police and Fire Commission to order. Let the record show all commissioners are present. First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the regular meeting held September 7th, 2017. Those are in your packet of information. Any changes or questions on this? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve. Moved by Commissioner Monzak.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Roloff. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. President's report, I just want to verify our interview dates. Jen reported just a minute ago that the conflict with the two candidates that were on class at NWTC, she's resolved that with them, so we're back on the original times, which would mean October 12th from 8 to noon, October 19th from 8 to 11:30, and October 23rd from 8 to 5.
We actually had one cancellation, so on the 23rd we'll start at 8:30.
Oh, okay.
That's better.
And we're only gonna go till 5 on the 23rd?
Correct.
All right, thank you all for your flexibility in all of those.
And I'll gladly on the 23rd, during the noon hour, you can talk my pay for
Yeah, all right.
being off at noon.
We get overtime.
Yeah. All right, next is report from the chiefs. Since we have patrol officer candidates to review at the end, Chief Latham, will we start with you?
Just a couple of things to report. Kind of, I guess, a downer note. We did have one resignation, Dan Peterson, effective last Friday, 9/30/17. Was one of our recruits, if you'll recall, and we were unable to get him medically cleared to come back to work, despite more than several months of efforts in doing so. So he did effectively resign 9/30/17. Wish him the best and hope that he can move on and get himself to maybe another career or so, something along those lines. So anyway, we did get our results from the Fox Valley Technical College testing process. I have the book, Jim has the other one. We had, their overall numbers were down this year. They had 115 total applicants. Of those, 83 applications were sent for Green Bay. We ended up with 51 that passed and met all of our requirements. So we are in the process of applying our secondary scoring system to them, and I am going to guess that we'll do our initial interviews the week of October 23rd, if Jen is available, that is. So Jen and I will have to coordinate our schedules. I am going to guess that we will interview around 25. We would not expect a big group of openings this year. Certainly won't be as many as we had 13 last year. I'm not expecting more than maybe 6 or 7 or 8, somewhere in that area. So we'll probably interview 25 the initial way with our command staff, and then we'll forward the results to the commission for you to schedule your interviews whenever you can.
Okay, so just to clarify, this October 23rd week is for the fire department, the
That's
internal
just-
interviews.
Yeah, the internal interviews, and then anytime after that, you guys can have your interviews whenever that works out for your schedules.
So was that typically a couple weeks to fill
I would
those
say
in before we
so.
set it up? So
Mhm.
sometime after the 1st of November. Okay.
Early to mid-November.
And I imagine the earlier the better, so that
The earlier the better. We're trying to get the cream of the crop again,
Yep,
because we're
okay.
competing against 11 other departments this time. So just the rundown: Appleton, Beaver
All right.
Dam, De Pere, Fond du Lac, Grand Chute, Manitowoc, Needham, Menasha, Oshkosh, Sheboygan, Two Rivers, and West Bend. Those are the other ones that we compete against, and we're going to these candidates. So we will do our academy earlier again next year, because the FVTC's public safety building is fixed and effects. In fact, their grand opening is this coming Monday at 9 o'clock. I think I mentioned that to all of you before. We'll be out there. Rob Goffin will be giving our address. I will be out of town on Monday. But they've got quite the nice facility now. They really did a nice job of redoing that with 3 new burn areas. So if you don't make it out there, when we do our recruit class day, you'll get a chance to go out and tour it there if you can't make it that day. So.
And when again is the date and time of this, the grand opening?
Grand opening is this coming Monday, the 9th, and at the Public Safety Center, right across from the Botanical Gardens. I believe it starts at 11:30. We'll have a presence out there. Rob will be there for Rob Goffin, Assistant Chief will be there for us, and then we'll have a ladder truck there for the flags and things of that nature. So we'll be going through, it looks like we've got some really great candidates again. Just my initial blush through the thing. We've been very happy, obviously, over the last 4 years. We've hired 44 people through this process. We still have 42 of those 44 with us. That's pretty good. You know, it's really good. So the quality of the people coming through there, people that actually pass the test, the insight that we get from kind of a character trait tests, really good. So we remain happy.
How many people did you have to do the Lambo steps?
I don't know off the top of my head. I know that there was 2,500 total people plus, which is, every year it's grown. It was 700 the first year, so this is the fourth year. It's at 2,500. They're expecting bigger and bigger crowds every year.
The news, it looked like
I
five.
think we had 15 of our people in it. So
It was a hot day.
it was, especially when you're out in that bowl and all the reflection from the glass and the aluminum seats. And, yeah, there was
Anybody pass out?
it's a little more challenging. They didn't transport anybody, but we had, I don't know, 10 or 15 people that we had to pull off of the course because nobody wants to quit. So we had to fit with this, like, you're done. It's not an option here.
Yeah.
So,
I saw one of the local schools had a chance to put on some equipment for the students to see what it's like running their bleachers with it.
Yep. Yeah, we did that. I think that was at West, I think, or was it West? Or Southwest, one of the two.
Jen, would you like us to send you our schedules for those first couple of weeks in November?
Sure, that'd be great.
And that way we can.
Mhm.
Yeah, it'd be
First
nice to get them done
side.
before the holidays get kicked off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be nice.
Okay. Very
That's
good.
all I have.
Any other questions for the chief? No, thank you.
All right, have a great day. Happy
Thanks,
birthday,
Chief.
Nancy.
Thank
All right.
you.
I feel bad, I was getting hungry.
Yeah, you do feel bad, yeah.
All right, Chief Smith.
Okay, quick update. I send out the weekly notes out on our crime. Right now, violent crime is down 10% year-to-date. Part 1 crime, which is violent crime and property crime put together, is down 8%. Total crime from our 5-year average is down 17%, which I think is fantastic for us. We're still working on our vacancies. We're expecting to lose a bunch of people to retirements this end of this year, as you know. Number could get between vacancies we have now and the end, it could be up around 20. So we're obviously doing as much as we can for recruitment. We got some really good candidates that we're looking at, and people that are just getting out of school. Or we had one young fellow from St. Norbert College, 4-year kid. He got his bachelor's degree in history in the ROTC program, did a 4-year stint in the military, just got out, and we met with him earlier this week with his dad, who works for the city and wants to become a Green Bay police officer. Looks like a fantastic candidate. So every time we get someone like that, we always try to keep them in the loop and keep following up on them. There's a lot of hoops to jump in, but if we can keep doing that, we should be in pretty good shape. Obviously, we'll talk about these. We got 2 in the academy now. We got 1 in the academy that we'd like to hire before the process is over. So that would make 3 graduating November 15th-ish. And then there's a couple more that we're going to talk about today. Obviously, there's a handful of 5 or 6 more that are really close to getting finished. So hopefully we can start picking up our hiring towards the end of the year and finish out the year at least a little closer to where we're supposed to be than where we are now. We posted for a canine position. We're down a couple of canines right now. So we posted, Rodney Reitz is going to get a new dog, and then there'll be 1 opening, and possibly as many as 3 openings altogether once we're through with all this. We did a search, pretty much a nationwide search of at least a dozen or so canine kennels and facilities where they do training. And the one we really liked was the one in Kansas. I think it's Kansas City. They came in really good on the price. The training that they give from people that we spoke to that went through it, they're really pleased with it. So we're looking to send Rodney and 1 other person down there. Rodney will pick up a new canine. The new green officer will get a canine. They'll do some training there, select their canine, bring it back, work with it for a month or so, then go back for some more training. Those funds are all paid for through donated money, so it won't cost the city anything. We had the Bark and Blue funds, we had an anonymous donor or two were very generous to us, so we're in really good shape when it comes to paying for our canines.
Is that canine position an internal?
Yes, yep. So, you know, I think it's a 3-year, I think you have to have 3 years on and, you know, do all kinds of stuff. There's a physical test, there's all kinds of stuff for it. So, not like the old days where it was just given to the senior guy that applied. So, I think we're gonna, rumor has it that we're gonna have some really top quality people that have already expressed an interest in it. It's gonna be a dual purpose dog. The new one's gonna be both a tracking dog and a narcotics dog. You'll see the pink badges, which I have, but I didn't wear today, that our guys are going to be wearing in October for breast cancer awareness. It's a fundraiser that we do, and then we do you know, cancer awareness for the men in October, or rather November, and you'll see guys starting to wear their beards probably. And they'll undoubtedly hit me up to make it 2 months or 3 months, because they like wearing beards, and we'll stick to 1 month, I think, so really good. So other than that, things are good, you know, we're moving forward, and hopefully we got plenty of applicants, but not as many quality applicants as we'd like to see. So
And how many total vacancies do you have right now?
I think my memory serves right, we're sitting at 11 right now, and then we're looking to get another 10 or 12, you know, depending on retirement. Some people say they're gonna go, some people say they're thinking about going. We know there's one other officer who's applied for another position in another agency where his family's from. His wife has already moved down there, and so he's thinking about moving to go down there. He's in the final process there, so we may lose him. That's happened in the past, and at the last minute our officer backs out, so we'll see. We don't know for sure. Looks like we could be down by end of the year, if we don't fill all those vacancies, as many as 23. But again, we got 2 in the academy, plus another one. We got 3 or so today that we're looking at, and then another 5 or 6 that are really close.
We have 3 that are starting October 23rd.
That's right now, I ran into one of those guys at the uniform store, so. So.
All right, any other questions for the chief?
No, I would like to, as a matter of information, as a citizen, we had a cyber event at our law office, and the chief, and actually the chief was out of town today, I called over, but Kevin sent over one of their officers that's trained in cyber. We had an actual scam worked on our bookkeeper with an email where they basically had removed almost $20,000 from our checking account, and we were fortunate with the help of the police department and our bank and the bank where the money was being wired to, that they recovered all the funds, so we got very lucky. But your fella, that young detective, was extremely aggressive in jumping on the investigation and getting to it, and he kept the bankers there till 7 o'clock on a Monday night, so, but all
He can be
well.
pretty convincing, Matt Secor.
No, he did a wonderful job, so I just wanted to mention, Chief, we really were very favorably impressed with not just the response time, but the way he handled it, the professionalism and the outcome, obviously, we're very happy with.
Yeah, good.
So,
Well, thank you.
All right. Next agenda item is consideration with possible action on the review of patrol officer candidates. The commission may convene in closed session pursuant to sections 19.85, paragraph 1, sub C and F, Wisconsin statutes, to consider employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercise responsibility. The commission may thereafter reconvene in open session pursuant to section 19.85, paragraph 2, Wisconsin statutes, to report the results of the closed session and consider the balance of the agenda. Is there a motion to go into closed session?
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Shaw,
Second.
seconded by Commissioner Roloff. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are in closed session.
I just keep the first page just in case they pop up again.
You want these, you want me to hang on to them?
It's up to you.
I'll give
Do you
them back.
guys need
I'll
them
give them
back,
back to theirs.
or-
They might need them.
Okay.
I took some notes on here that
Okay.
might help them in some of the questions.
All right, while in closed session, we discussed 8 candidates. 5 candidates were rejected. One candidate we requested additional information on and will consider at a later date. And then 2 candidates were recommended for hiring. All right, next agenda item is consideration with possible action on the voluntary removal of patrol officer candidates from the eligibility list. There were 4 candidates that requested voluntary removal from the list: Peterson, Romanesco, Rollin, and Schneider. They've all taken jobs with other jurisdictions and requested to end consideration with Green Bay. I'll entertain a motion to accept those.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Shaw,
Second.
seconded by Commissioner Roloff. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Voluntarily remove those. Next item was the budget spreadsheet and status report. No additional spending since last meeting on that. Just one check, Jen, we've got between now and December left in the year, we've got about $6,000 left. Does that roughly, I think that'll cover us for the polygraphs and things like that we'll need in this next batch?
Maybe more.
Okay.
Something we can take a look at.
Okay, we'll take a look if we need to.
And if we
request-
need more, what?
Then we just make a request to the mayor's office and they take a look at, are there any funds in other accounts that they can transfer into ours? Set that. Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to receive and place on file the status report and budget spreadsheet.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Wanzak,
Second.
seconded by Commissioner Shaw. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, we'll receive and place on file. And then if we look at our regular schedule, the next meeting will be November 2nd at 3 o'clock. That works for everyone? And then again, we have the 3 interview dates in October. And then I'll send out a reminder email to everyone to send Jen their schedules for the first couple of weeks of November so we can get set to do the fire.
We have, just for your calendars, we have the graduation on October 23rd, is it? October 23rd, we'll have the swearing-in ceremony for 3 new candidates or new police officers. We also,
What's that, at 9?
what do we do, that usually 9
9.
o'clock?
No,
Yeah.
we interviews.
You be interviews at
Oh,
the
you're
time?
right.
We're interviewing that day.
Can't be.
Who's going to be our keynote speaker? Also tonight, if you're available at 5:30 at the Divine Temple, we have our Community Advisory Board, where we talk about any issues of community concerns. I'll be there with, half a dozen officers, and I'll try and get some officers from the field to get to know folks. They're the ones that hosted or help us with the Bring Your Own 5 basketball tournament. And also, we were at the Crime Stoppers, Crime Prevention Foundation luncheon, and some nice gentleman from Nicolay Paper, who I think may remain anonymous, I'm not sure, but came up and said, "Yeah, I like those electric bikes you guys are talking about getting to me and John Louse." And so he wrote us a nice check. So it looks like we're gonna be able to get 2 of the really high-quality electric bikes, electric mountain bikes that we wanted. I took them for a spin over at the bike shop over there at Pete's Garage, or Superman, you spin the pedal a couple of times, you're doing 22 miles an hour, it's really pretty cool. So we're gonna probably get those maybe late next week, and when we do, we'll have a little press conference over there, we'll let the media ride them up and down the street. Anybody's welcome, and I'll put it out on my Monday notice, so you guys have a copy of that.
All right. That is the last agenda item, so unless there's something else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Roloff, seconded by Commissioner Wanzak. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.
Bring your knee pads for the bike expose next
Yeah.
time.
Can't wait.